one ghost. If you couldn't already tell from the thumbnail and me getting to show off this pop again, we're going to be looking at Danny Phantom for the Cartoon Asylum. Of course, guys, you come to me, the host, Candace Lupus, for all of you. You can walk through some playthroughs, but you stay for the pop culture and knowledge around. And what bigger pop culture, as far as Nickelodeon goes, you know, is, or just not even Nickelodeon, just superheroes in general right now. Superheroes are big. When I was growing up,
I'm glad
they
you
were
specified superheroes. If you just said pop culture character, I was probably going to say SpongeBob.
right. As far as Nickelodeon goes, it's SpongeBob is far more iconic, but Danny Phantom, I feel like he's pretty underappreciated now, somewhat. But it's a lot of people want to see him come back with Butch Hartman, but I'll get to that in a little bit. This is actually, but when I was growing up, there was tons of superhero shows from Marvel and DC. Cartoon Network had stuff like Codename Kids Next Door for their villains of the week. They had Juniper Lee, but I didn't watch a lot of that growing up. I just didn't come on times when I was watching it. Disney had Kim Possible and American Dragon. I think that was Disney.
Uh, yes, American Dragon was Disney.
Right.
Then we had Danny Phantom on
Right.
Nick, and
Nickelodeon
Juniper Lee was Cartoon Network.
Right. Nickelodeon also had XJ9 or My Life as a Teenage Robot.
That's another classic.
But Danny Phantom, we just happen to have the complete series for. I managed to find it online and watched all 3 seasons. And I must say, guys, I'm glad I did because while I've watched quite a bit of it, I haven't watched the full set of episodes. And it's definitely one that I think y'all should find and should binge watch. It's 3 seasons. Let me see here.
They need to rerun it on Nickelodeon.
They've got it on Paramount Plus. But yeah, they need to do that with all series. They don't need to just be doing Last SpongeBob. I don't care how good those shows are. 52. 52 original episodes, including the Phantom Planet season finale.
Yes, stick 3 pipe bombs down a well. That makes perfect sense to Sorum.
But yeah, no doubt. Talk about explosive. But of course, the only pop they've made is this one, and I hate that. I would love to see Ember McLean, Skulker, and I'll talk about the villains in a minute. But Danny Phantom is basically a series made by Butch Hartman. It's actually his third series. No, it's his second series. His first one was, of course, Fairly Odd Parents, and Danny Phantom would after following that one would be Tough Puppy and Bunsen is Beast, and a couple of other things later on the line.
People didn't like Tough Puppy. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, but people really hated Bunsen is a Beast. Tough Puppy wasn't that bad considering that, and it didn't get a lot of too much hate. It had like 2.5 seasons,
which isn't bad.
No, that's not too bad for a Nickelodeon show that isn't SpongeBob.
Anyways, we're getting sidetracked.
But Nickelodeon, Danny Phantom is probably the most popular Nickelodeon show that got canceled. But after watching the series, it technically didn't. Phantom Planet actually caps off the series pretty good. Vlad is seemingly destroyed. All the ghosts go back to the ghost zone, and Danny is now free. But we'll get to that in a second. Starting the first season pretty much starts him off about a month or two after he gets his powers, and you actually see that in the opening. That's that they don't even have to show you in the first episode. It just goes right to a month or two later. He's now dealing with his powers. He has intangibility. He can shoot ecto rays. And eventually he gets a unique power, the ghostly wail. That yes, stability drains him, but it's specifically for Danny, which I think is
quite a while into the series, if I recall correctly.
Season near the end of season 2, yes. But he gets all these awesome powers and abilities, and is called a Happa by the ghost, half man, half boy, half ghost. And he meets all sorts of crazy villains, from Skulker, the Ghost World's greatest hunter, to Ember McLean, the rocker ghost, and all the way to the crazed Fruit Loop himself, his polar opposite in Vlad Plasmius.
Oh, I thought you were gonna bring up the Box Ghost.
Dude, we don't bring up the Box Ghost. He's an idiot. But that does bring to mind Rob Paulson. He plays the Box Ghost, so it is kind of cool. I do gotta mention him a little bit. The voice talent here is amazing.
Didn't they end up? Didn't he end up having like a kid ghost with the lunch lady?
Yeah,
The box lunch ghost.
one thing, you. Second thing, sick and wrong.
Third thing, kind of funny.
Yeah.
Because just as
Box
useless.
lunch is actually pretty powerful, all things considering. But Technus is funny as well. He was voiced by Tom Kenny. You might know him better as SpongeBob, of course, and near the in the third season, dude, guys, we get Mark Hamill as Undergrowth. He's only got voice lines for that one episode for him, but it's still so awesome hearing Mark Hamill's voice. You guys might know him better as Luke Skywalker.
Got it.
Or the Joker, but he actually does a lot of other villain voices. And Undergrowth just happens to be part of his repertoire. Now, in the first season, he starts fighting off various villains and trying to keep his identity secret, as well as, trying to keep his parents from finding out. Now, eventually, his sister Jazz does find out. But as the series goes on, he starts getting more and more people involved and everything. By the end of it, everybody knows it and everybody's happy with it because he saved the freaking world.
He did have some times where he was kind of wishing he didn't do it because of the attention he was getting.
Right, and everything else. He's done all kinds of crazy stuff. He's gone up against all kinds of crazy other things as well. They're just one-offs or certain human ghost hunters. But through it all, Danny also has his two best friends, Sam Manson, a goth an eco goth.
I feel like that was
He's basically a vegetarian. She basically explained more of what the Hex Girls were.
I was about to say basically what the Hex Girls were.
Right. This would just explain a bit better. She's basically just a vegetarian goth, but eco goth sounds better. And then or recyclo vegetarian is what they called it in the show. And then you have Tucker Foley.
I'd have gone with eco goth.
Oh god, this guy he's a tech guy, mind you. He's the smart person on the team. Gives Danny all his various fixes his weaponry, makes sure everything goes smoothly. He sucks at his job. I'm going to tell you that right now. He's an idiot, and he's probably the worst of the three.
Hey.
He's the Ron Weasley of this three.
Hey, CL. As smoothly as he can, which often is not.
No. He tries to be smooth with the ladies.
Oh,
he's not smooth with the ladies. He's
again,
not,
but I have to.
Now, during, I think, season 2, we get more of Valerie. And she becomes a ghost hunter and one of Danny's foes. But eventually she becomes one of Danny's closest allies. It's very late in the series, mind you, but she does become a bit of an ally.
I'm gonna go get this.
We also get Danny Phantom with an I, basically a girl version of it that Vlad cloned. And there's a lot of fan art with her as well. There's a lot of fan art with a lot of these characters, their old ghost personas and everything. And I'm not just talking about sexual shit. Get your minds out of the gutter.
I wasn't even thinking that.
Yeah, but there's a couple people out there watching this crap that know what I'm talking about.
But yeah, so apparently that key we found gets us. Where is it?
And just so you know, guys, he's playing Resident Evil 8 right now, and that's why he's here.
That key we found is this.
Oh, okay.
Which sells for a crap ton.
Ooh, cool.
That'll set us up for a good while on money. But we'll get that again in our other playthrough when we record tomorrow.
Yeah, but Danny is definitely one of those characters that he can be selfish, but he's a 14-year-old kid who now has the responsibility of taking down the ghosts and keeping his city safe. What kid would want that? Okay, and what person wants that kind of responsibility?
Okay, so there was a
at
typo
that
in
age.
it. It's only 19,000.
What kid wants responsibility like that? you know, be having to protect the town and keeping your identity a secret. You can't just blab it to everybody. Having to make sure you don't cross too many rules and everything else. It's like it's really hard, and his grades slip a little bit and everything. It's not easy balancing a superhero life and your real life. It's not easy, and this show showed that. It he some of the other characters we have Jack and Maddie Fenton. Jack
Idiot.
is an idiot when it comes to ghost hunting. Maddie, on the other hand,
She's scary.
she's scary. Jack couldn't hit the broadside of a barn, let alone a ghost standing still.
Jack couldn't
Maddie, on the other hand,
there's a
there's a reason Danny's scared of her. She's a bit more of a threat. We of course have Vlad Masters, who becomes Vlad Plasmius before the series starts, and well has a really creepy crush on Maddie. He is what Danny calls a crazed up Fruit Loop, and he is. We got Jazz, who is a little more mature for her age, as well as Mr. Lancer, the what was he? The vice principal?
I thought he was.
And he was a bit of a he
basically
like
principal.
no, that's the Asian chick. I can't remember her name.
Oh, I didn't sell this one.
But he basically served as the Mr. Barker from Kim Possible's role. He was all kinds of different places. I think he was the math teacher, I do believe.
I think you're right.
But and then you had Flash. I think it was. No, not Flash Thompson. No, this was you had your bullies, of course. Paulina, which was your stereotypical pretty girl character. She's also a Latino character. You had Quan, which is probably the funniest character, side character on Honesty. As well as Star, another cheerleader.
Wasn't she kind of ditzy?
Yeah, she was ditzy, and she had a bit of a rage on her. Ooh, she's scary. She is scary. But we also see all kinds of awesome villains, from the various like animal themed ones like the octopuses. Yeah, that's what they're called. To Technus, Skulker, Ember McLean, Youngblood, Undergrowth, the Box Ghost. In the very first episodes, the Lunch Lady Ghost, who I do think she has bipolar. You actually have a Ghost Jail and a King and the Ghost King. Both of Walker and the Ghost King are some of the biggest enemies that Danny's faced. And I haven't even touched on the Ghost Zone yet. The Ghost Zone is basically tied to the real world.
To go do.
And unfortunately, it's very messed up. It's got tons of doors, and a lot of them go to different worlds and different ghosts. It's definitely a weird series, but there are some good ghosts too, like Frostbite, who teaches Danny a little bit more of his ice powers. And I will admit, this series is one of the better Nickelodeon series that Butch did. Now, a little bit about Butch himself, Butch Hartman. Like I said, he's got 4 series under his belt that he's done for Nickelodeon. Got started back in I think 1996, 1997, something like that. When he first pitched the idea for Fairly Odd Parents. It was very rough at the time, but eventually got Danny Phantom and Tough Puppy and Bunsen's Beast. Unfortunately, guys, now he's a Christian like myself and Leo and everything, but he's not like us. See, we follow the word. We preach the word, right? But we don't force the word. That's not what God wants. Butch is forcing the word, and he's gone a little off the deep end with it. And he's got this like little mini series on his website or whatever, some website. Guys, the thing is $100 for 6 episodes. That's the base
kind of money for
and anything. It's for a kids show.
I ain't paying that kind of money for
and
any
it's not
kind
a very
of show.
good. It's not a very good one, dude. I'm just like, dude. Even if it's a really really good show, I'm not paying $100 for it at base price. and everything. It's like it's really bad right now, guys. Butch is a lot of y'all, myself included, would love to see Danny Phantom come back with the original creator. But right now, guys, I don't think Butch should be anywhere near Danny Phantom. Now, now that I got that out of the way, we can talk about the theme song. One of the coolest theme songs I think I've ever heard. So, yeah, this one just kicks all kinds of ass, both literally and figuratively.
This is not going to be fun.
Between the villain designs, the stories, the jokes are actually pretty good, and just the theme song and everything. This is one of those shows that has stood the test of time. And I really, if it never continued, I'm okay with that. I don't want it to end. Lord knows, I would love to see these characters again. But if that's where it ends with Phantom Planet, I'm good with that. I'm cool with that. What about you?
Yeah, it was a good ending.
Yeah, it was a nice little capper of an ending. Oh crap, you're going into
This
what
is
I think it is.
Yes, this is hurting just walking into this building now.
Knowing what you know now, yeah. Let's just say, guys, he's going to the dollhouse. You'll see that later on this week. But with that being said, guys, what did you think of Danny Phantom when you were watching it? Are you planning on picking up the series? You can get it on Amazon and everything. You can get it on eBay.
I guess we'll just leave this in here when we go to bed since we got to record it tomorrow.
Yeah. Because I'm not playing it tonight.
Oh, of course not.
You don't play this crap. You don't play.
You don't play this right before bed.
You don't play horror shit. You don't watch horror shit before bed unless you want nightmares. Unless you just want
I
to
say
chance
as I'm
nightmares.
playing this at 9:42.
Right, you're about to do that. About to do this crap. You're crazy. You were crazy. But be sure to like, share, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and of course, go down in the comment section down below. Did you watch Danny Phantom when you were growing up? Are you planning on watching the series at all? Let us know. Start a dialogue, of course. I've been Kenneth Lupus, your host, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. We got Leo in the background, of course.
Here we go again.
And hope to see you guys next time. Bye.